All right, today we got a 2005 Jeep Grand Cherokee limited edition. It's got the Quadra-Track all-wheel drive and a 5.7 Hemi in it. So I'm just going to give you 30 seconds on what was going on, and then I'll tell you what we're fixing. So I was going down the road, and I started to hear this gradual noise, like this low grinding noise of some sort. I thought I had a wheel bearing going out somewhere. But what dumbfounded me was it would not make the noise if I let the vehicle coast, like if I took my foot off the accelerator. Only whenever I had my foot in the accelerator would it make this weird noise. So I thought it was a wheel bearing, but then I was like, wait, if it was a wheel bearing, it would do it all the time. Anyway, long story short, I put the Jeep up on jack stands, took all the tires off of it, and basically started it and put it in drive and crawled around underneath it until I figured out exactly where the noise was coming from. Lo and behold, it was a CV joint on the rear of the front drive shaft that connects to the transfer case. So I didn't know that there was a CV joint there. I kind of figured it would have been a U-joint, but it was not. So today we're rebuilding that CV joint for like 50 bucks off Amazon, and let's get it. All right, so we're going to be starting on the driver's side. Ugh, this is the side it's on. Let's get under here. All right. So you see this bar right here? That is a support brace for your transmission. What you have to do is you need to take out all of the bolts except for the last two on that side. Okay. You drop this down because you need to drop this down about this far to get that drive shaft out. Anyway, but so the drive shaft connects right here, and it's with eight 8 bolts holding that on. I used just a ratcheting hand wrench for that side, and we'll move up here. Okay, and that's where the universal joint side of the drive shaft connects, and that is for 16 or 15 millimeter. All right, so once you get this out from underneath your vehicle, you need to get a flathead screwdriver or something and pop this open. You're going to be replacing all, if not most of this anyway, so don't worry about damaging it. So once you get this dust cover off, you can see the grease had died a long time ago. But anyway, I've already taken this off, but just so you know, this is usually recessed more, and there is a snap ring that holds this together. So once you get, clean this out, get the snap ring off, and then you can smack this off with a hammer, okay? And then here we go. This hasn't seen any kind of lubrication in forever, and if you can see on that bearing there, that's cracked down it, so you wouldn't want to try to rebuild this. Came with some grease. Came with the gaskets and a new bearing, new dust covers for both sides, new hardware. Actually, these are Allen head hardware, whereas the other ones were 8 millimeter. We'll see which ones I want to put back on. And then there's the straps to tighten down so you don't lose your grease, right? All right, first things first, we're going to take the old one, and we know that this side was facing this way on the shaft. So the other side has an indentation like that. So one side's flat, the other side has an indentation. So we know that this goes on this side. This gasket here goes on the recessed side, and both the caps are right here. So yeah, one of these goes on the front and one of them goes on the back. So this one goes towards the drive shaft. This one is the end cap for the drive shaft. Okay, we're gonna get rid of this, over to the side, wipe that down, and then we are going to take that grease and start packing that bearing, and you might want some gloves. All right, so after you get it nice and lubed up, you think you got enough on there, you never have enough, put a little more. But you do want to wipe the clean surfaces See, you want to line up your little gasket there. Here's the cover that goes on the end. I put a little grease in that. I'm no engineer, and I'm not telling you to do what I'm doing, but on the back side of this little cap here, there was a little hole. And I don't know about you, but I'm not too keen on my grease coming out some little hole in the back of this thing. Like I said, don't do as I do, but I took some black RTV and I covered that little hole up because I don't want this going dry for any reason. Anyway, so, all right. So what I did is I went ahead and put this end cap that goes towards the drive shaft on first, okay? And then I took that lube and I put some down in there in that rubber boot, okay? Trying to keep that surface there clean, okay? And then next, you want your CV joint, and it needs to be pretty clean, okay? Flat side towards the drive shaft. We're gonna get him on there, okay? And I need to seat this down and use my snap ring pliers to put that snap ring on, and I will be right back. All right, it was pretty simple. I just pressed it back with my fingers on that outer, on the bearing part there, and it leaves just enough of a lip to put that snap ring on. Now remember, always get a screwdriver or something or a pick and grab one of these holes and try to spin it a little bit to make sure that that snap ring is seated. All right, now that that's done, what I'm gonna go do is get a little bit left of that grease, and I'm gonna try to fill in this little area right there before I put the gasket on and put the end cap on. Just like so. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put all, all 6, sorry, I think I said 8 earlier, all 6 of the bolts in so I can slide it in at the same time and it doesn't shift that gasket. So let me put those in here and then I can film you showing you doing it. All right, something to this tune right here. All right, so now I need to line up the back side, and I'm gonna try with my hands to press this down on there. And if that doesn't work, then I think that just whenever you're bolting it in, it will press that together. But let's see if I can do it by hand first, or get some clamps or something. Yeah, obviously I forgot something. Make sure to put your little clamp on there so you don't lose your grease out. I know I forgot. Anyway, back to what we're doing. All right, so this is what it looks like. So you want to support your differential and everything with a jack of some sort. Okay, now this doesn't weigh all that much once you get all the bolts out. Like I said, I left the ones on the other side in so it holds it there, but we have a nice little area where we can slide that drive shaft in. All right, so with your transmission in neutral, so you can spin this easily and get to the next 8mm. All right, and also it's gonna help whenever you wanna line up the front and put those 4 bolts in, because that is what's next. So this is already tightened down all the way. I've spun it all the way around, made sure they're all tight. Now I'm going to the front. You're gonna have to use the flexibility of this, because this will push in and out, so that you can push it in, turn it, and then get it lined up with the bolts down there. Let me see if I can do that, and I'll be back. All right, so once you get those 4 bolts in for the front side of the drive shaft, after you get 2 of them in, you might have to start it up, roll it forward 4 inches or so you can get to the other side. It's real tight under there. And then tighten those 2 down. Make sure all of your cross member, that's what's supporting your transmission, make sure all of your cross member bolts are all tightened down, and then you're all done. So that was it, guys. Pretty damn simple. If this helped you out, throw me a comment down below. If I did it wrong, roast me. Anyways, peace.